Today is something special, you know? 2 years ago, I wasn't in the best of places. I had a lot of things on my mind that made it hard sometimes to live my best life. Sure, there were nice lulls in the pain I was feeling, but when the lows were so low, I might as well have been drowning all the time. Turns out 3 years of the same old pattern, the same returning mentality over and over, kinda wore me down. Made it hard to see if there really was a happy ending to my story or if I was just kidding myself. Lots of late nights, scary ideas for what exactly the bad ending of it all looked like. I knew why, of course. I always knew what it was and why it hurt so bad. Why it lingered that way. But I made sure nobody else did. No one knew a thing until I realized that I would either tell them right then and there or take my suffering to the grave. But even through it all, the highs where I was sugary sweet and that loving kid you all adored, or the lows where I couldn't seem to care about anything or anyone in the slightest, there was you. The ones who stayed, the ones who cared, the ones who cried, the ones who begged me to get better, the ones who told me I was still enough when I had nothing left to possibly give you. It wasn't cured overnight. Not a lot of this stuff is, but what was cured was the idea that if I was real like that, I would never be loved again. That I was a monster to be hanged on the hill. And for that kindness, I will never forget. In the years since, things have changed for the better. A whole world of people I can rely on when things slip back. People that have already held me through my fears and my darkest days since then, without even knowing it. Because in truth, in those moments where I'm alone and everything is clouded in the sadness I'm feeling, I remind myself of just how many people I would miss if I was gone. The cousins and nieces I would never get to see grow up. The friends I would never hug for the first time or ever again. The family dinners I would never be able to laugh at anymore. The people I would never get to love again. Because you only have this life you're living once. And I almost threw it away. Thank you for making sure I didn't do that. Thank you for all the messages you didn't have to answer, for the calls you didn't have to take, for the words you didn't have to say, for the patience you didn't have to use, for the kindness you didn't have to show, for the comfort you didn't have to supply, for the forgiveness you didn't have to give, for the love you didn't have to share. Thank you, each and every one of you, for everything. That support carried me through the moments where my heart was heavier than my head, where all I could think about was the implosion of my world. Thank you for my life, my whole entire life. So cheers to 18 years and being together another 18 more. To everyone I ever loved, with all my love. Another East Coast sunset. love you.